The Young and the Restless recap for Friday, April 25, reveals that Adam Newman will make a proposal on bended knee for Chelsea Lawson, while Diane Jenkins Abbott explains an attic discovery. At the Abbott mansion, Jack Abbott will finally move beyond the shock and admit he loves the house refresh. Since Diane preserved the integrity of the place while giving it some modern touches, Jack will be thrilled. Although Diane and Jack will hope the renovations might entice Kyle Abbott and Claire Newman to live there, Kyle will still seem more interested in getting a place of their own. Later, Jack will quiz Diane about the portrait above the fireplace, so she'll reveal that she found it in the attic. Based on the note attached, it was a gift from Dana Margarine to John Abbott back in 1956. At Society, Holden Novak will eavesdrop on Lily Winter's tense conversation with Audra Charles. Lily will still seem concerned over Audra's secrets and the possibility that she'll hurt Nate Hastings. After Audra and Lily discuss Holden as well as Damian Kane, Holden will join them and face a grilling session. Lily and Audra will be eager to find out if Damian and Aristotle Dumas are involved in anything shady. Holden will make it clear that he's loyal to Damian and that he'd take a bullet for him, but Audra will wonder if Damian would do the same for Holden. Lily will also question why Holden's hanging around Genoa City instead of going back to his life in Los Angeles. After Holden steps away, Lily will think it's obvious Audra is the reason why and will pick up on the fact that her connection to Holden seems deeper than she claimed. On Friday's My and Our episode, Lily will assume Holden has dirt on Audra and will wonder how much of a problem it's going to be. At Society, Adam will have a question to ask Chelsea over a romantic lunch, so she'll start panicking over the possibility that this is a marriage proposal. However, Adam will have a different proposal in mind and will want Chelsea to come work with him at Newman Media. Chelsea will immediately start making uneasy predictions about how that would go, especially since she won't feel qualified. Even so, Adam will explain why Chelsea's the right person to partner up with, since she understands his quirks and can challenge when necessary. Chelsea will bring up Adam's previous partnership with Sally Spectra at one point, but Adam will act like their dynamic would be different. Adam will feel in sync with Chelsea and will ultimately get down on one knee to ask if she'll be his CEO. The rest of the restaurant patrons will assume Adam is asking Chelsea to marry him, so Chelsea will get embarrassed and urge him to get back in his seat. In the end, Chelsea will need some time to mull over this offer, so Adam will promise not to push. Adam will jokingly get back down on one knee to propose ordering flatbread, so Chelsea will get embarrassed all over again. No matter what she decides, Chelsea will admit it means a lot that Adam asked her to work together. After Chelsea gives Adam a kiss, the other customers will applaud. The Young and the Restless spoilers say Chelsea will have to make some tough choices about her work life in the coming episodes, so stay tuned for updates on any good news that might be ahead for Adam. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, Pulse Canvas. It's me, Jolie here. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Keep watching, so let's dive into today's video. The Young and the Restless spoilers for Friday, April 25, 2025 are here. In tomorrow's episode, fans can expect Chelsea Lawson to get suspicious of Adam Newman. Meanwhile, Jack Abbott drops a truth bomb on Diane Jenkins Abbott. Keep reading and let's talk about what is coming up in the next episode of the CBS soap opera. Let's begin with Chelsea, who will become suspicious of Adam's motives. It's not clear what kind of situation this is. It could have to do with Billy Abbott's upcoming business launch, which is connected to Aristotle Dumas. Chelsea has witnessed Billy and Adam facing off before. At one point, Adam even accused Billy of using the company to just target him. Of course, Billy denied it, but maybe Adam has put a plan in motion anyway. Of course, it's also possible that Adam is hiding some kind of romantic surprise for Chelsea. Right now, Adam and Chelsea seem very happy together. Connor Newman finally has what he always wanted. While things seem smooth now, there could be a situation in which Chelsea questions her decision. Adam laid down boundaries before with Victor Newman regarding Djibouti. However, maybe Victor gets even more demanding and persistent. The Young and the Restless spoilers reveal that Diane has been busy renovating the house. This project is really important to Diane as she hopes it will earn her some respect in the family. Diane promised she wouldn't do anything drastic, and she kept her word. Kyle Abbott gushed over the changes. However, Jack was a bit more silent. Maybe Jack will finally tell Diane how impressed she is with what she's done. Jack's main concern was the renovations turning it into a different house. Jack wanted to keep the memories, which he made clear to Diane in multiple conversations. So the fact that she listened rather than did what she wanted will be huge for Jack. Over with Lily Winters, she confronts Audra Charles. Lily wants the truth from Audra. But what is it about? Could Lily realize that Audra is working for Victor again? Could this be about Holden Novak, especially since Nate Hastings is out of town right now? Audra was getting close to proving she was a different person. So if Lily sees a moment between Audra and Holden, she could completely misread the situation. Which storyline are you looking forward to seeing the most? Share your thoughts in the comment section below. Remember to keep watching the soap on CBS or Paramount Plus to find out what happens next. Victoria welcomes Cole home with a hug at the door of the tack house. Claire, holding balloons, suggests they get a room. He comes over to hug her and tells them after all this time traveling, he just wants to enjoy this moment with his two favorite people in the world. Leafing through Cole's passport, Claire marvels at all the countries he's been to. Cole's keen to spend a little time without jet lag. He spent most of his time on planes and in meeting rooms. However, he brought them gifts from Paris and Serbia. Claire receives tickets to the carousel in Montmartre, so she can go with Kyle and Harrison. She hugs Cole. Victoria opens her gift. It's an old-fashioned key. They want to know the story behind it. He says there's a bridge in a beautiful town in Serbia. A lady had her heart broken there, so now ladies put their locks on the bridge. He put a lock there with their names on it. Victoria has the key. If she throws the key in the water, it shows her devotion to what they have. Victoria teases that he'll have to take her there to find out. Cole asks them out for a late lunch. He just needs to check in with Victor first. At the club, Diane has summoned Jack and Kyle, who want to know what's going on. She says it's not about business, but something closer to home. The work on the Abbott house is now complete, and they can all move back in that afternoon. Kyle thinks this is great news as Harrison's ready to go home. Diane needles about him and Claire moving out. Maybe he can ask Kyle to move in with him at the Abbott house. Jack is subdued as they keep chatting. Diane notices that her husband hasn't said a word. Jack will be honest, he's not sure he's ready to see it. Kyle doesn't think anyone is surprised that Jack is nervous. Diane is disappointed that her husband has regressed. He told her he had confidence in her. Jack says with the reveal imminent, the fear has crept back in. He'll be walking into something unfamiliar, and there's no turning back. He's sure she's done an amazing job, but it's the home he's spent his entire life in. Diane promises he'll love it. Kyle says, if not, you can move in with me and Claire. Kyle wants Diane to give them hints about the house, but she's not so inclined. Jack stands up and says he wants to get this over with. Diane gawps. She tells him to meet her there in half an hour and takes off. Kyle asks Jack if he's really that worried. He can't remember the last time he was so unsettled. What is this really about? Jack can't stop thinking about his father and mother, and that house looking the same way for so many years. If those walls could speak, Kyle's sure she just changed out some throw pillows. Jack protests that the house was always a constant for him. When he walked through the door, he knew what he would see. He worries that it means a lot to Tracy and Ashley too. He can't put into words what he's feeling. It just feels wrong. Kyle's sure Ashley and Tracy can handle a home makeover. Jack ruminates that the place is full of memories, every knick-knack and every room. It's also where we said goodbye to Dina. Kyle says changing the door won't change that or bring back his parents. It's all in his heart. He gives a speech on trust. Jack complains he's using his own words against him. Kyle's sure everything will be ok. He's going to get Harrison a scone and will meet his dad at the house for the big reveal. Jack cringes. Don't call it that. At the ranch, Audra tells Victor how remarkable it is what he's done with his home. He goes on about rebuilding. She wonders if he's talking about her career and lets him know she hasn't forgotten what he did to her. Victor learns Nate wants to look at her paperwork and asks if he knows what he's getting out of the deal. Audra didn't get into the particulars. She asks if he's curious why she needs a cosmetics company to make a move on Kyle. Victor's not interested in the details. She realizes he wants plausible deniability. He says as long as she stays the course, he'll stay out of it. Nikki appears and asks, "Stay out of what?" Nikki sniffs that she wasn't expecting Audra to be in her home and asks Victor what she's doing there. Victor says they have a new business arrangement. Audra is grateful for the opportunity. Nikki's grateful she came home. Now you both can tell me all about it. Victor says all will be revealed in good time. They're just laying the groundwork now. Audra compliments Nikki, who's not impressed. Victor thanks Audra for coming by, and she leaves after telling Nikki it's wonderful seeing her looking so well. Once alone, Nikki asks Victor, "What is this all about?" Victor tries to put her off, but she complains there is nothing above board about that woman. She knows Victor doesn't trust Audra, so why would he put her in charge of another company? Victor says she has a certain skill set. Nikki wants to know, "What's in it for you?" Victor tells Nikki he's hoping for a return on his investment. That's all. Nikki wants to know more about the company. He tells her to drop it. She should be busy enough running Chancellor. Nikki knows he's up to something. The doorbell rings and Nikki opens the door to Cole. Victor waves him in as Nikki asks about his trip. Cole says it was very productive. He'd like to share it with Victor. He says he and Nikki had just finished up. She isn't so sure, but hopes this new business will keep him too busy to mess with Jack or Kyle. After Nikki's gone, Cole tells Victor he had an educational trip. Victor knew he was the right man for the job. Cole says he tried to learn everything he possibly could. He brought Victor a gift from Taiwan and hands over a box. It's the art of war. Victor knows it well. He's impressed that it's signed to him personally by the president. Changing the subject, Victor tells Cole that it bothers him that Kyle and Claire have grown closer. Cole's aware and knows they're very happy. Victor doesn't trust the man, nor should you, or Claire. Cole knows all about the Newman-Abbott feud, but this is love, not war. Victor feels he doesn't realize what pain it can cause when your child chooses the wrong partner. He thinks Kyle will break Claire's heart. Cole understands how he feels, but this is Claire's choice to make. It's not his, Victoria's, or Victor's. Victor says he'll break her heart, and when he does, Cole's will shatter as well. Nikki joins Victoria and Claire at the tack house and teases about them glowing over Cole's return. She complains about Victor entering an arrangement with Audra Charles. They know her history with Kyle. Claire nods. It's not a leap to think he plans to use Audra against Kyle and Jebot. Cole returns to the tack house, and Claire asks what he and Victor talked about. He says, business mostly, and then turns the conversation to food. At Crimson Lights, Audra watches Kyle walk in as she concludes a phone call about the contract. She approaches the Abbott, who needles her about becoming a barista. She's sure he's up nights worrying about what she has planned. He asks if she's conned her way into a company in the cosmetics industry. Didn't you suffer enough humiliation when Victor fired you from Glissade? Audra says her dismissal had nothing to do with her job performance. They spar verbally as she accuses him of having a nepo baby job. She's been waiting for the perfect opportunity and is coming back to the cosmetics world. He asks, "Working for who?" She says, "Myself." He wishes her luck competing with Jabot. Audra needles that he has daddy issues, and she can beat an old warhorse like Jabot. She knows the CDO very well and all of his weaknesses. At Society, Victoria says she hopes Cole doesn't have to do any traveling for a while. Cole is happy to be home with the people he loves. He asks them to tell him what's happened while he was away. Victoria recaps that she told him over the phone what happened with Jordan and Ian and Kyle's Aunt Tracy. Cole worries he should have come home. Victoria says it's behind them now. Claire tells her father she has some good news. Kyle and I are moving in together. Cole wasn't expecting this. Victoria didn't realize it was imminent. Claire realizes it seems fast, but they're in love. Cole smiles. Wow. Victoria looks cautious as Claire tells her she learned her happiness shouldn't be put on hold. She hopes they can be happy for her. Cole admits the subject came up during his meeting with Victor. Victoria sighs and hopes he didn't make any threats. Cole says he knows he'll always side with Claire. He has her back. Claire thanks him. She knows Victor won't have the same reaction to this news. Cole starts a coughing fit. He's had it for a few days and worries it's something he picked up on the plane. He asks where Kyle is. He needs to be there right now celebrating with them. At the Abbott house, Jack and Kyle ring the doorbell. Jack wipes his brow as Diane opens the door and demands they close their eyes. She pulls them inside and warns, "Don't peek." Eventually, she tells them they can open their eyes. Jack walks around with his mouth hanging open. Kyle says, "Wow." Diane prompts, "Jack," as he slowly walks over the framed photos of his parents on the mantel. The Young and the Restless spoilers document that Billy Abbott doesn't need any glitches. Sally Spectra doesn't have a vested interest in Abbott Communications yet, but she is invested in Billy. Phyllis Summers is erratic. While talented, she can be her worst enemy and often creates drama in the workplace. Starting a company from scratch isn't easy, as his nephew, Kyle Abbott, recently found out. Devoted viewers recall that the Grand Phoenix Hotel replaced the beloved Genoa City Athletic Club as one of Y&R's primary public settings. That was when Phyllis co-owned the company with the then Abby Newman and Chelsea Lawson and eventually became its sole proprietor. Phyllis created the name based on her rise from the ashes. It represented her intent to return to prominence and earn respect in Genoa City, Wisconsin. That venue was jinxed for its clients and viewers. It felt like an inside joke when a repeated series of events, ranging from unfortunate to terrible, beset the hotel. The writing staff seemed to tell the audience that fans didn't like the main setting shift and eventually erased it from the landscape. Phyllis eventually got an offer she couldn't refuse from Lily Winters, who purchased the Grand Phoenix from her. Chancellor Winters purchased the hotel, with Abby's planned rival hotel across the street also disappearing from the daytime conversation. Of course, that raises the question of what happened to Phyllis' money. The profits she would have realized from selling an asset of that value would surely be in the millions. But viewers know they have to suspend disbelief with whatever explanations are offered. So, Phyllis seemingly doesn't have enough money to idle away the years and wants to work. Billy's offer to be his second in command was conditionally accepted. Billy knew he was gambling when choosing Phyllis to help him build this new media company. But his options were limited, and he knew her talent was unquestioned. However, Phyllis' personality flaws aren't his greatest gamble. Instead, the far deeper risk is Sally's trepidation about him conspiring with Aristotle Dumas. Sally is a strong ally because she's falling in love with Billy. Phyllis likes Billy, but is using his business offer as a distraction following the fallout of being kidnapped by Martin Laurent. That does not bode well for Abbott Communications. Billy believes Aristotle, whoever he is, wants to help him regain the Chancellor. That offer is likely too good to be true, but like his gamble with Phyllis, Billy believes he can't gain his intended rewards without these risks. The Young and the Restless spoilers for the week of April 28, 2025 are in. Fans can expect Lily Winters to have a secret admirer. Meanwhile, Victor Newman will learn about Claire Grace Newman's plans. The patriarch will push Audra Charles to get moving on their agreement. Keep reading and let's talk about what is coming up in the CBS soap opera. Let's begin with Diane Jenkins Abbott, who will be ready to reveal her renovations on the mansion. Even though Jack Abbott has been a nervous wreck about the changes, Diane impresses both him and Kyle Abbott. This is probably the calm before the storm as Victor is trying to attack on all sides. Speaking of Kyle, he will make plans to move in with Claire Grace Newman. However, Victor might not have to do anything to stop the lovers from moving in together. In the Young and the Restless episode that aired on Thursday, April 24, 2025, Cole Howard had a troubling cough. Claire and Victoria Newman both looked worried, but Cole brushed it off. What are the chances that Cole has cancer or some other deadly condition? Claire didn't have her parents for her entire childhood, so of course, she would stay to take care of her dad. Now that Victor and Audra have made a deal, she needs to get to work. Once Victor finds out about Claire's plans, he will pressure Audra to hurry it up. Nate Hastings is out of town right now, which gives Audra time to do her magic on Kyle. However, it seems that Audra will face more roadblocks, one of them being Holden Novak. An encounter between Holden and Audra could be seen by Lily, which would explain why she questions Nate's girlfriend. It is also teased that Lily has a secret admirer. There are hints that this could be someone connected to Aristotle Dumas. There is a meeting between Dumas and Billy Abbott. However, Damian Kane claims that he has never once met the man he's working for, so could Billy meet someone other than the mysterious Mr. Dumas? There are lots of twists and turns coming, so stay tuned. Which storyline are you looking forward to seeing the most? Share your thoughts in the comment section below. Remember to keep watching the soap on CBS or Paramount Plus to find out what happens next. The Young and the Restless spoilers for Thursday, April 24, 2025 are here. In the next episode, fans can expect Claire Grace Newman to make a big announcement. Meanwhile, Diane Jenkins Abbott shows off the renovations at the mansion. Keep reading and let's talk about what is coming up in the next episode of the CBS soap opera. Claire has decided to go ahead and make a big move with Kyle Abbott. Victoria Newman thinks it's too soon, but Claire made it clear that it was her decision to make and no one else's. Victoria will be the least of Claire's problems when the news spreads, though. Claire is going to make an announcement, which is likely that she's decided to move in with Kyle. Victoria won't be the only one worried. It seems that Cole Howard will grow concerned as well. Claire is an adult, but this is her first real relationship. So Claire moving in so fast could make things extremely messy, especially since Summer Newman wants her former flame back. Claire's announcement will eventually reach Victor Newman. Fans know that Victor has roped Audra Charles into a scheme to divide Kyle and Claire. So, once he learns Claire plans on moving in with Kyle, he will push Audra to get the job done. While Audra gets to work accomplishing her mission, Nate Hastings is out of town with Amy Lewis. However, Holden Novak could continue breaking Audra's boundaries. Even though Audra has handled him so far, with this big scheme and Nate being out of town, she could tiptoe dangerously. The Young and the Restless spoilers reveal that Victor has multiple schemes going on. While Nikki Newman is advocating for Claire's independence, Victor will keep some secrets. Victor might justify that his scheme is for Claire's own good. However, Nikki knows better, and this could create a real division with the eternal couple. In tomorrow's episode, fans will also see Diane get ready to unveil her renovations on the Abbott mansion. Diane has Kyle and Jack Abbott enter the home with their eyes closed. When they open them, both men's jaws hit the floor. So it will be interesting to see if they approve of Diane's update or if she went too far. Which storyline are you looking forward to seeing the most? Share your thoughts in the comment section below. Remember to keep watching the soap on CBS or Paramount Plus to find out what happens next. In a move that has rocked the soap world to its core, the Young and the Restless star Joshua Morrow has officially announced his retirement from the iconic role of Nick Newman, a character he's portrayed for nearly 30 years. Fans are stunned, castmates are emotional, and the legacy of one of Genoa City's most beloved sons is now facing its final chapter. For nearly 3 decades, Joshua Morrow was Nick Newman, the rebellious son of Victor and Nikki Newman. Nick was born into power and privilege, but lived a life of heartbreak, betrayal, passion, and redemption. From his unforgettable romance with Sharon to his explosive rivalries with his father Victor and brother Adam, Nick's journey has been a cornerstone of Y and R and Morrow. He gave every twist and turn a heartbeat. "I never imagined I'd stay this long," Morrow said in a heartfelt statement. "But this show, these people, and this character became part of who I am. It's the hardest goodbye I've ever had to say." Since his first appearance in 1994, Nick Newman has been through it all: illicit affairs, shocking deaths, surprise children, corporate wars, and more love triangles than fans can count. He's been the hero and the heartbreaker, the protector and the problem. And yet, through every storyline, Joshua Morrow brought authenticity, charm, and a raw emotional depth that made Nick unforgettable. Who could forget Nick and Sharon's wedding, Cassie's tragic death, the endless clashes with Victor, the explosive reveal of Christian's paternity? Morrow didn't just play the role, he lived it. So why now? Why walk away from a role that's defined his career and touched millions? According to Morrow, the decision wasn't sudden, but it was deeply personal. "I've grown up on this show. I've raised my family while working on it. But I've reached a point where I want to explore new chapters, not just as an actor, but as a person." He adds, "I didn't make this decision lightly. It's emotional. I love Nick, and I love Y and R, but it's time." Sources close to the production reveal that Morrow spoke with executive producer Josh Griffith and the cast months ago, giving the team time to craft a proper and unforgettable send-off for Nick. As news of Morrow's retirement broke, tributes from castmates flooded social media. Sharon Case wrote, "Working with Josh has been one of the great joys of my life. Our on-screen love story may be ending, but our friendship is forever." Eric Braden posted, "You'll always be my son, on screen and off, a class act every single day." Even former co-stars like Michelle Stafford and Crystal Khalil shared emotional memories, describing Morrow as the heart of the Y and R family. Fans, too, have taken to social media to share their heartbreak and their gratitude. The hashtag #FarewellNickNewman has already begun trending, with fans posting favorite scenes, heartfelt tributes, and emotional reactions. While he's stepping away from Genoa City, Joshua Morrow isn't disappearing from the spotlight. "I'm not retiring from acting," he clarified. "I'm retiring from this role. I'm open to new projects, film, television, even theater. I want to challenge myself in new ways." He's also looking forward to spending more time with his family and exploring work behind the camera. Writing, producing, it's all on the table. But for now, I'm taking a breath. After 30 years, I think I've earned that. While Morrow's exact exit storyline is being kept under wraps, insiders promise a send-off worthy of the character's legacy. It's going to be emotional, shocking, and beautifully full circle, a Y and R writer teased. Longtime fans will not be disappointed. This will honor everything Nick and Josh brought to the show. Will Nick leave Genoa City forever? Will he reunite with Sharon one last time? Will there be a tragic twist, a heroic farewell? One thing's certain, fans won't want to miss a single second. Joshua Morrow's departure marks the end of an era, not just for the young and the restless, but for daytime television as a whole. He leaves behind a legacy of unforgettable performances, iconic storylines, and a character who captured the hearts of millions. "I've laughed, cried, and grown so much on this journey," Morrow said. "And I'll carry it with me, always." As the lights dim on Nick Newman's final chapter, one truth remains. April 21, May 2 spoilers rock Genoa City with secrets, showdowns, and a power struggle that could destroy the Newman legacy. Genoa City is bracing for a 2-week storm of betrayal, rebellion, and explosive secrets as The Young and the Restless enters one of its most jaw-dropping arcs of the year. At the center of the chaos, Claire Grace, Victor Newman's once loyal granddaughter, who's about to send shockwaves through the Newman empire with a move no one saw coming. After months of trying to earn her place in the powerful Newman dynasty, Claire is done playing nice. And as the veil lifts, so does her allegiance. In a stunning twist, spoilers for the weeks of April 21 through May 2 reveal that Claire will defy Victor himself, the man who took her in, defended her against the world, and trusted her with Newman secrets. Victor Newman has ruled the business world with an iron fist for decades, but he may have finally met his match, and it's his own flesh and blood. Sources say Claire stumbles across confidential Newman documents and makes a bold move that could sabotage a major deal. Whether it's revenge, ambition, or a bid for independence, one thing is clear: she's not looking back. "You don't own me, Victor," Claire reportedly snaps in a tense confrontation. "And I won't be your pawn." The scene, expected to air by the end of April, promises to be one of the most explosive in recent memory, with Victor unleashing his fury and Claire standing her ground like never before. No one feels the impact of Claire's rebellion more than Victoria, who is caught in the middle between her father's legacy and her daughter's loyalty. Expect emotionally charged scenes as Victoria tries desperately to understand Claire's motives while shielding her from Victor's wrath. Meanwhile, Nikki's sobriety may be tested once again as the family feud reaches new levels of dysfunction. Spoilers hint at Nikki spiraling as the Newman empire starts to crumble from the inside out. Both Nick and Adam are drawn into the mess, though not necessarily on Victor's side. Surprisingly, Adam shows signs of siding with Claire, sensing an opportunity to disrupt Victor's control once and for all. Could Adam and Claire team up? Fans are already buzzing about the potential of this unlikely alliance. Nick, on the other hand, tries to play peacemaker, but with Victor refusing to bend and Claire refusing to break, it may be a war no one can stop. Whispers around Genoa City suggest that Claire may be working with an outside force, possibly someone from her dark past, to bring the Newmans down from within. Could this betrayal be part of a larger plot? Is someone else pulling the strings behind the scenes? Don't be surprised if another shocking face from Claire's past resurfaces before May sweeps begin. By the end of the 2 weeks, The Young and the Restless promises a major family showdown that will leave at least one Newman on the outside looking in. Trust will be broken, lines will be drawn, and for the first time in years, Victor may not hold all the cards. As one insider previewed, Victor built an empire, but what happens when the next generation decides to burn it down?